was younger, I saw my daddy cry and curse at the wind. He broke his own heart, and I watched as he tried to reassemble it. And my mama swore that she would never let herself forget. And that was the day that I promised I'd never sing of love if it does not exist. Darling, you are the only exception. 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 Maybe I felt somewhere deep in my soul that love never lasts, and we've got to find other ways to make it alone or keep a straight face. And I've always lived like this, keeping a comfortable distance. And up until now I've sworn to myself that I'm content with loneliness, because none of it was ever worth the risk. Well, you are the only exception. 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 I've got a tight grip on reality, but I can't let go of what's in front of me here. I know you'll be here in the morning when I wake up. Show me some kind of proof it's not a dream. Whoa, You are the only exception. 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 And I'm on my way to believing. Oh, and I'm on my way to believing.
For the purpose of this Sunday sermon, I invite you to gently sit up straight on your seat, closing your eyes, gently keeping your spine as straight as possible. You may rest your back straight behind on your seat too. Breathe deeply from your heart. into your belly, downward, bringing relaxation. Begin to feel the feelings arising in your heart emotionally as you breathe. As you feel, notice the feeling that doesn't feel good. This is going to lead you to your peace. This feeling that doesn't feel good, give it what it needs to become love. See how it turns to feeling good, love, and of peace. Bring this peace in and melt it in a divine sparkle into your spine. Focusing completely on this electric divinity. Silently choose in your heart to starve any distraction that may take you away from this light within. Focusing completely on this beautiful, shining energy. Anchor it down into the base of your spine. Strong and solid. Healing and revitalizing your root chakra. Feeling completely settled and rooted. Taking a gentle breath in, you may now happily open your eyes.
Hello, Church of Union. My name is Christine, and I will be doing today's card reading for you. I am using the Sacred Travelers Oracle deck, and our first card is Answering the Call. Look at that. The time is now. So this card is here to remind you that there's no better time than now. Whatever changes you've been wanting to make, it's important not to wait for the right opportunity or wait for the right moment, because that's a very common lie we tell ourselves when we're resistant to change, that we're going to wait until there's an opening. And a lot of times you need to create that opening yourself. And you don't necessarily create that opening with external action. It could be by healing a block, connecting with God, meditating. But there's always something that you can do in every moment to get closer to your goals. Waiting for the right moment will keep you stuck in waiting mode because you're giving the universe the message that you're just choosing to wait. So it's going to give you more waiting time, and that can get frustrated very quickly. So it's extremely important to take the divinely guided action steps that you need to take in every moment. And those action steps can also be resting, by the way. You don't have to be go, go, go all the time. But what's important to remember is that there's no such thing as waiting in divine truth because there's always something in every moment. And even experiences that can feel like a wait, they're actually preparing you for the next chapter in your life. So don't wait for the change to happen. Make it happen with God. Our second card is reaching your destination. So I feel like this is the end of a cycle for many of you. The card says your light is shining brightly. So the more you align with your divine self and you're shining your light, the quicker you reach your destination, the quicker you receive all of your blessings and all of your good. I feel like this is also a message not to hold on to the past and to just finish the unfinished business already. It's not good to hold on to the past and what we had because the more you heal, the more you become this newer version of yourself. And this newer version of yourself is calling in their own blessings. And by holding on to the old stuff, you're blocking those blessings from entering your life. This is such a beautiful confirmation that something you've been praying for, you've been asking for, you've been healing towards, is finally coming to fruition. It's not an invitation to be lazy, of course. Keep going, keep doing what you were doing, but also have faith that the dream that you have in your heart is not just an impossible thing, it's not a fantasy. God put that dream in your heart for a reason, and His promise to us is that He is faithful. He is going to help us manifest our desires. He's not going to just, abandon us or just show us something that can never happen because that's not God. And our final card is joy and delight. Look at that. Open your heart to joy. So, another extremely important reminder is that we are on a spiritual journey, yes, and there are challenges, there's pain to move through, sadness, all those bad feelings. But at the same time, this doesn't mean that it has to be a joyless journey. We don't have to, walk the spiritual path while kicking and screaming. It can be a more gentle process. It can be a fun process, even. Because essentially, when you're feeling your feelings and healing, what you're doing is loving yourself. You're coming closer to God. And that's such a beautiful thing, even though it's not very glamorous. So it doesn't have to be this, sad process. And what can really help with that is to reframe it and change your mindset about it. If you're thinking, oh, another upset, here we go again, instead of, oh, another upset, that's an opportunity for me to love myself deeper, come closer to God. It means I'm a step closer to manifesting what I desire. See the difference here? One of those mindsets will help you to move through this journey much faster and easier, and it's going to feel much more peaceful to you. And the other, well, it's going to feel extremely heavy to do your inner work if you have this programming at the back of your mind. Because essentially that means that you're upset that you have upsets. And that's really not going to help you move through them. So it's important to address that as soon as possible. And this card would also like to remind you that it's important to make space for the things that make you happy in life. You don't have to wait until the next big thing to be happy. That's a trap because nothing outside of you can make you happy. You can only be happy in the present moment if you choose it. The source of your happiness is your relationship with God. And that concludes our card reading for this Sunday service. Thank you so much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of the service.
Hello and welcome. I'm Kelly King, and today you'll be hearing from Jason and Chrissy Emmerich on how focusing on yourself is the pathway towards perfect union. And I love this topic. Recently I've been healing more into my own peace, and it's been such a beautiful process learning from the teachings of union, using the mirror exercise and working with my coach to help me go deeper into peace, deeper into loving myself. And it's so powerful, because once you get to a place of peace, you can really start to focus on yourself. And it's about creating, for me, it's creating this beautiful safety that no matter what comes up in my consciousness, no matter what feeling comes up, I can face it and realize that, maybe this is just ego speaking. This is just ego telling me that I'm bad, or this is just ego telling me that I'm not enough, and I can face it down and honestly heal in that place where I'm feeling bad, whether it's in communication with another person, whether it's in my business. And so, focusing on yourself is such a powerful thing, because you don't actually need to worry about what others are focusing on. You just focus on yourself, and God, source, universe, whatever you call it, is going to give you all you need to mirror and heal in your own life. And so I love that. Early on in my journey, before I had a coach, before I was really integrating the teachings of union, because it's not so much learning with your mind, it's about healing, then you'll understand, and then you'll integrate. And so that's really what it's about, is creating a foundation of understanding, like, how to heal, how to genuinely support yourself emotionally. And I feel like sometimes we look at like self-care, and we look at, loving yourself, but self-care is loving yourself, but knowing that we are just beautiful diamonds in our own consciousness. We have several facets that may need to be cleansed and healed and cleansed with love, right? Because love is this universal feeling that truly heals all and will create this deep peace that I'm sharing. And I didn't know what that was when I first got on this journey. I had a lot of contrast with roommates, and just a ton of contrast. And I finally surrendered to getting support and guidance from a coach. I got Twin Flame Ascension School, I got Life Purpose class, and I really started to learn the teachings of union. And it's been such a powerful lesson. And I found that I've actually had to unlearn what I thought love was and relearn what love actually is, because love doesn't hurt, right? But if you have, if you have certain circumstance in your life where you're not being loving to yourself, you will attract people and circumstances that don't feel loving. And those, as hard as they are, they're always an opportunity to heal into more love, right? We don't want contrast, but that's how we learn, right? And so that's how the universe, God, source, that's what you'll be given in order to help you heal into love. You'll be able to see where you're not choosing love based on what you're experiencing in your external reality. And you're like, oh, I didn't realize I was choosing that, right? At least that's how I do it. I'm like, oh, that's a breakthrough. I didn't realize I was choosing that. And then you go in and feel that place inside where you're not loving yourself, and you can bring love there. And love is like just the magic, everything, right? It's what connects the entire universe is love. It connects all of us. And so you always have the opportunity to make a new choice and create a beautiful, loving life. But it's about looking at what life is showing you and being very honest. And I know for myself, I had a lot of anger, a lot of pent up anger from my childhood. And it it served me to get me here into this place of my life now. But it genuinely wasn't serving me because I was numbing out. I wasn't feeling my feelings. And I just recently healed into deep peace after several years of inner work. And now that I have this deep peace, it's like, oh, okay, I can feel my feelings. I've created enough safety within me that I can feel more. And then once you feel more, then you're able to open up the next layer of love and feel even more. And so your sensitivity is actually your brilliance. So if you're not sensitive, right, that's something to actually heal into. And I noticed for myself something I just had this beautiful breakthrough on is that I was continually worried about everyone else, like in my family, because I had to create safety for myself. So it actually didn't feel safe to speak up for my needs and my wants. And so that's something I had to heal so that I can actually claim my desires and feel the truth of how I'm feeling. And so just a little piece there. You can heal, feel your feelings, get the support that you need to just really allow yourself to heal and bring love where there wasn't, where there was hurt and pain and sadness, right? Because anger is really just deep sadness that hasn't been felt and expressed. And once you feel that sadness underneath the anger, then you can bring love. And that's the magic right there. And that's what creates the foundation. That's the spiritual work that will help liberate you, taking you into more freedom, more love, more peace, more joy. And it's just such a gift to share this. I hope you enjoy this message from the Church of Union today. There are lots of other sermons you can experience over at unionism.org. And feel free while you're there, you can tithe so we can continue to share this message throughout the world and make the difference in your life and those around you. Thank you so much and enjoy the sermon.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's Sunday service. Hi, we are Jason and Chrissy, executive ministers for the Church of Union. And please join us today with our opening ohms, followed by our opening prayer. I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word. Today, I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Om, Amen.
So, welcome, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about your point of focus and what that really means on your twin flame journey and anywhere else. So, I think like very successful people are not focused on like how their environment needs to change, or how people within, people in their environment or in their scope need to change, or what they need to do differently. But very successful people look at look at themselves and notice where they are deficient and where they need to work on themselves in order to create the change that they would like to see uh, in whatever goals that they are trying to achieve. And so like um that's what we're going to talk about today. And like, so what do you see like happen with people on the twin flame journey? Like, what kind of things do you see that people are kind of focused on when they're, you know, going through this journey, and maybe they're not really sure what to do or how to handle it? What do you see them focused on?
Yeah, what I predominantly see a lot of people focused on, and something that we also move through, is like focusing your attention on your twin flame. Like really focusing on what they're doing, who they're talking to, what's going on with them, looking at, their Facebook page. Like that's not what the teachings of union suggest you focus on. The teachings of union focus you on loving yourself, on really going within and focusing on your thoughts, focusing on what you're paying attention to, focusing on how you feel inside. Like that is what the teachings of union point us to. It's an inner reflection, it's an inner focus in regards to your twin flame journey. And I think that's really important to remember as you're moving through these challenges with your twin flame or on the twin flame journey, is really focusing on the inner. Like twin flame ascension school, Jeff and Shaleia say it all the time, that like the success on your twin flame journey is 99% inner, right? It's disciplining yourself to really focus on yourself and how you feel, not how somebody feels about you, not how you feel when you help somebody, how you feel like trying to keep the peace or people pleasing. That's not it. The true essence of the twin flame journey is loving yourself and focusing on your inner relationship and your connection with God.
Yeah, and it's like it is all about you, and building yourself up, turning your weaknesses into strengths. Something that is, I guess just like something overlooked, I suppose, is that like if you're looking at your twin and like they're living life, right? So whatever they're doing because they're trying to live their life best that they can, best that they know how. I think the majority of people are doing that. They're like doing their best at living their life, right? Like,
Yeah, I hope so.
And so like to look at them and be like, oh well, they're doing this and they're doing this, and it really like takes your focus away from where you need to uh, bring yourself into a place where you've mastered certain parts of yourself. Like if you're like constantly focused outside of yourself, then how how are you doing emotionally? Like where are you at like with mastering your emotions, being strong and confident, and
Building trust within yourself.
building trust within yourself
Mhm.
in that space, right? Like there's probably a number of things in your life that really need to be handled before and mastered before you can like be in this level of a relationship. And that's like that's the journey. That's like that's the steps along the journey that many of us have had to take and have succeeded in order to be with our twin flame. And for I know for me, like even breaching that subject of like how to handle my emotions, and why is that important? Why is it important to like be able to handle your emotions, or be able to handle your finances, or be able to handle have these things handled? Does it matter, or are they like really, are they key pieces to life?
I believe they do matter. I think that like ignoring them results in a lot of stress and anxiety, and could potentially lead to depression. It could feel really heavy. Your life could feel really heavy if you don't handle these things. And there is a component of doing, right? There is a component of doing the inner work. And this is what Life Purpose class is all about really putting forth the external effort once you come into peace to manifest your desires. And I think that's where discipline comes into play, and like really focusing on a goal or a couple goals, and doing what you can on a daily basis to achieve and move forward and refining your life in regards to the goals you have. Jason and I have very specific goals that we work on all the time together as twin flames in Harmonious Twin Flame Union. We're always focused on our purpose work, on cultivating a very supportive life so we can serve the church and serve in our roles much deeper. And that requires support. That requires us to get very clear on what we're doing, how we're providing value, and receiving in exchange for that. It's all a core component of it, but it does require us to be very disciplined in our life to cultivate that level of support and freedom that we experience by doing this work. And I think that's really the key point of what we want to discuss today is achieving freedom through discipline. You know, I saw a post a couple days ago in the forum, somebody saying that, discipline doesn't take from you. And in truth, like discipline and freedom are the same side. They're discipline and freedom are two sides of the same coin, right? You can't achieve one without the other. And so like I think that it's really important to look at your life and pick any topic you want to discuss, and are you being disciplined there? Like let's look at it from a financial perspective, because I think that this world right now, like there's a lot of financial instability that many people are experiencing. Sure. And like let's just look at it from that perspective, and how your overarching energy and your wealth vibration and your abundance vibration can really support your twin flame union.
Mhm.
And what that looks like. I think that's really important. You can't ignore your basic needs on this earth, in the life that you're living. We all want to have a home and a safe place to sleep at night. Like everyone wants to have food in their refrigerator. These are really important components to living fundamentally living life. And so I think it's really important to look and see how you feel there. Don't avoid your feelings there. Don't bypass them, and really sit and feel, how do you feel that you have a healthy financial vibration? Do you feel that you're increasing your abundance and you're increasing your vibration, you're disciplining yourself in order to achieve your goals? Like Jason and I have huge goals in this particular area. We really do. And we're very disciplined with our goals. At the same time, we understand the importance of investing in ourselves and investing in levels of support that are going to help us achieve our, long-term goals.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, tying it into the twin flame journey, like, how can you you're calling in this like perfect relationship, right? Like, that takes work. Like, let's not like
It takes a lot of work.
takes a lot of work. It's a relationship, right? Like, and a lot of relating between one another. It doesn't just start off like a fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes work, and there's things to
once you have achieved a harmonious twin flame union, and you, like in any fairy tale story, you ride off into the sunset, then work begins. Before harmonious twin flame union, chop wood, carry water. After harmonious twin flame union, chop wood, carry water.
Yeah, someone's calling in their perfect relationship, and then but ignoring all their basic fundamentals, and like how can if you're ignoring your basic fundamentals,
right,
how that are going to support your perfect relationship, then how can you have one before the other?
Right, like putting the cart before the horse, kind of.
Right. So those basic fundamentals are there, and they're there for you to learn the lessons of and master, because it's your support system for maintaining your union and maintaining the relationship that you're calling in. Right.
Yeah, so let's talk about how we can do this. And so when you're looking at your we'll do twin flames, and then we'll move into maybe finances, because that's what seems the two topics we're talking about. So like with twin flames and your harmonious twin flame union and calling that and achieving it, you want to be very disciplined in how you approach that. Just like any skill or anything that you want to learn, you have to practice. You have to consistently work towards your goal. And if your goal is harmonious twin flame union, then coming into harmony within yourself is the practice that you want to put in place. That's a spiritual practice. That's the mirror exercise. It's doing that on a regular basis every day, setting time aside, whether it's journaling in the morning or maybe reflecting at night, meditation. Like you want to have a spiritual practice in place that you execute every single day and that you allow to change and grow and flow as you do. But essentially, you put energy into your spiritual practice and into loving yourself and practicing the mirror exercise on a daily basis, on the regular. Like your body, your soul, your entire system knows you're going to sit down and love yourself, be present with your feelings on a regular basis every day.
That's fundamentally like handling your emotional self. And note that's not a small thing.
No, it's a really big thing. And just like an Olympian practices and trains all year for 4 years to execute, maybe even 90 seconds, right? But they put that effort in every single day to achieve their desired goal. There's no difference here. Like having that spiritual practice and executing that is so fundamentally important. Watching the classes, reading the book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. You've read it once, that's great. Read it again. You've read it 5 times, that's great. Read it again. Like, you know what I mean? Really sit down and execute those fundamentals. Masters execute fundamentals. Anyone who is successful in any profession will tell you the same thing. Master the fundamentals, maintain the fundamentals, execute the fundamentals. You look at a singer who goes out on stage on a regular basis. Before they go on stage, they're doing their scales. They're warming up their vocal pipes. They do that every single time. That's a fundamental practice that successful singers will tell you that they do. There's no difference in your spiritual work. Look at your spiritual work as a professional. As a spiritual professional, what does that look like for you? And honor that vibration and move into it and refine it every single day.
Yeah, I think that was perfectly said. Like,
thank you, baby.
Sure.
I have my moments. Yeah.
Yeah, like these are the things that like you want to get really good at and master, because that allows you to take that baseline and bring it to the next level.
Yeah. And you might be thinking, like, what's coming up for me now is like, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy for this. This is way too much energy. If you feel that way, then there's one of two things. There's a couple things might going on. You're prioritizing something else over your spiritual health and wealth. That could potentially be happening. Or you could be leaking an immense amount of energy into a relationship that is no longer serving you in some capacity. And you want to get very clear on that. Where is your energy going? Really sit down and get clear on where your energy goes every single day. What are you doing with your energy on a regular basis? How are you filling your own cup up, and what are you doing with it? If you are spending all of your time focused on what everyone else is doing all over the world or all over your town or all over your family, and you're not focusing on yourself, that might be an energy leak for you. Right? If you're focusing all of your time on a TV show because you're like, just really into it, that's where your energy is going. And if that's where you want to put your energy, it's okay. But if you have goals to increase your vibration and focus on calling in your twin flame, then you need to put your energy there. During Twin Flame Ascension School, when it was being recorded, this is like all I did, guys. Like I would work and do TFAS, work and do LPC, work and do TFAS, LPC. Like it was all I focused on because I genuinely desired to live my life with my twin flame. And so if you had that in your heart and that desire is in your heart, prioritize it in your life. And you can just don't let it overwhelm you. Just start with basic fundamentals, lowest hanging fruit. What can I do today? And how can I build on that over time. Consistent, persistent effort is the way to success.
Yeah. Right. Don't abandon all aspects of life and
No,
facets of
absolutely
life
not.
to just do handle your twin flame journey, right? Like life must be lived. You have I'm sure bills to pay and things to take care of and yourself to take care of in physical ways and in emotional ways. And so like there is a balance to where you put your energy every day, and you only have like a certain amount to spend for the day, right? So like you have to prioritize where that goes, and making sure that you're all the fundamentals of your life are taken care of in the absolute best way that you can.
Yeah, I think this is really important when you start talking about finances and your wealth abundance and your wealth consciousness. Like, how are you expending your energy? Are you doing the basic things Jason is harping on in this particular sermon on, are you
They're not
hygienically?
flashy.
They're not flashy. They're like
Fundamentals
basic,
aren't flashy and like
hygienic requirements.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
they're
Yeah.
the basics.
Basics. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking enough water? Are you taking showers? Are you brushing your teeth? Are you washing your face? Like, let's get the basics done. Are all those happening? Okay. Are you exercising every day? Are you eating healthy? Are you eating enough meals to support you? If you are not eating, and then you wonder why you're so tired all the time, or you wonder why you're so energetically depleted, well, your body needs to be fed properly. Your body needs energy in, energy out. Food is energy. It's really important to give to yourself and eat routinely. If you have any kind of issues with that, I highly recommend you check out Divine Glow provided by Divine Dish. You can go to divinedish.org and learn more about that. But Jason has a phenomenal program to support people in this particular space in their life when they're struggling with food or they have a lot of upsets with food. I highly recommend checking that out.
Sure.
Yeah. Moving on though, once that's all handled, start looking at what you're doing with the major blocks of your time. Are you sleeping until noon? Or are you getting up and spending the morning really working on yourself and your goals in life, whether you're running a business, you're working, like what are you doing with your time?
Yeah, how are you progressing yourself in in the directions that you want to go? Are you progressing yourself? Are you putting energy into making sure that you're moving yourself forward in the areas that the goals that you're trying to reach? That's important. It's not just wake up and you sit on the couch and play video games and think that like any energy is going into your twin flame journey. If that's what if that's like the important thing that you're aiming for, then no, that's not how it goes. Right? Like you have to put energy into the things that you're looking to create. That's how you create. Right? That's how you manifest things in your life, by putting the energy into them.
Right. And cultivating value for others, right? Like this is really important. Like when you're looking at, business and like exchange and having a job, do you enjoy your profession? Do you enjoy the career that you're moving into? Do you enjoy what you're doing with your life on a regular basis? If you do, that's amazing. That's such a gift to like not feel like you're working every day. If you do feel that drag or you're in that 9 to 5 and you want to transcend it, then moonlighting and like really working on what lights you up when you're done with your day-to-day requirement for whatever job you had. I did that for several years in the military while we built MAP. I moonlighted. I did so much work at night and on the weekends, and anytime I had any time off, like any holidays or any vacation, it was all predominantly me working on MAP. And like, I think it's really important to do that. And I really felt a lot of times like that's when my day started, like because I could feel so much energy moving through me. When you're working on purpose and you're doing what you're in service to God, you're filled up with energy. You have so much energy to give. And like the more you give, the more energy that you have, the more inspired you'll feel. And that's really a key component of living on purpose. So if you're not feeling that way, then there's a couple things that might be going on. You could have a block in purpose. You could not be on purpose. Or you could be like, really working out of a situation that you place yourself in, and it just takes time to move through it. And I would recommend, if you are experiencing that, get with an Ascension coach, work with somebody who can help you move through those blocks faster so that you can achieve the results you desire and really start thriving and loving your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think we've kind of touched on pretty much everything so far. I think that the core of it is there to focus on the basics, focus on the fundamentals of that you need to build yourself up in, so that you have a strong base with which to really achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve, whether that be in the finance department, in your twin flame journey, in just spiritual practice, or family relationships, or any relationships. It's all it all rests on that sturdy base.
Yeah, absolutely. In closing, I would say really look at the relationships you're investing in your life. Write them down, really sit with them, feel through them, identify if they're giving to you or not, if you're receiving from them. It's okay to place boundaries where you might feel like your energy is being leaked, and just see what happens. Boundaries aren't walls, they're just opportunities to explore. And so, like, if you put a boundary up and you realize, oh man, I have all this energy returning to me, I feel so much flow, that's a really good sign. And you want to like move into that and follow that good feeling and move towards what feels good to you and what is supporting you in achieving the goals in your life, because you are the one that needs to accomplish them. No one's going to come accomplish them for you. It is your life, it is your responsibility, and it is your opportunity to really grow and expand eternally, and support yourself through a beautiful, loving life for yourself through this work. Yeah. I'd also recommend, if you enjoy Sunday services and the Church of Union, please, think about tithing or donating to the Church of Union. You can do that at unionism.org. We're always very grateful for any support. Every dollar matters, and we will hopefully see you next time. So please join us for our closing prayer and alms.
Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union, that I may be forever in union with you. I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word, and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask, and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name, Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them, and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator. And please, at this time, join us by taking a deep breath and chant out loud or in your heart. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and just love that powerful message from Jason and Chrissy, who truly embody the teachings of union and continue to heal, continue to work into more harmony, more peace, more joy, more love and abundance. And this is what it's all about, is creating a foundation that will liberate you, having the discipline to set yourself free, right? And anytime you're building on, you're building a foundation, you're creating a foundation for success. And, I always think of success as like this, something that's highly intentional, something that's on purpose, right? Nobody just accidentally stumbles on success, right? And this is not just financial success, right? This is emotional, spiritual, financial, relational, having this beautiful foundation with yourself and God, source, universe, whatever you call it, right? Having this really deep connection within you that aligns you with love, right? Because that's what God is. That's what universe, source, it's all about love, is having a relationship with love and learning what that is and finding this beautiful balance in your life that you can harness harmony and create this beautiful foundation of joy and peace and fun on the foundation of having a very disciplined life, because success is there for all of us. We all have the opportunity to create a beautiful life of love, but it's up to us to hear the call, to make the choice. And sometimes that choice has to be made over and over and over and over again, right? Because sometimes it just takes, it's a process, right? Healing is a process, and we could just take the next right step, and you're going to just keep going. And that's, if you talk to successful people, that's what they say, is just keep taking the next right step, and then the next right. It's about staying true to your goals, to your mission, to your purpose, like all the way through, loving it all the way through to the end until you create what you set out to create. And sometimes that might look a little different than you expected, because as you tune into your feelings, as you tune into your heart, and you heal those places where you didn't want to feel, you might actually discover that you're creating something different than what you wanted, but it's more aligned with love. It's more aligned with yourself. And that's the beautiful journey and the process of healing, is that you're discovering that. You're discovering this beautiful relationship with yourself, your beautiful relationship with everyone around you. And so that you can create this beautiful harmony within your life that will serve you for years and years to come. And as you continue to heal, then you keep going, right? As you heal into your union with your twin flame, as you heal into more and more harmony, you just keep healing. You just create a deeper place of peace and safety to get to that next place, like just healing like an onion and just going deeper all the time. And the results will happen as a natural result from doing your inner work, from creating the foundation within you. And remember, the love that you harness within you, that is your true abundance. That's your relationship with yourself and with life and with God. And, that's the true abundance. And so, just encourage you to continue healing and learning and growing and, cleansing your life and your consciousness into more love, because that ripple effect that happens is just beautiful to witness. And I want to thank you for watching. To see other sermons, head over to unionism.org. And then you can also share a tithing, share a gift, so that we can continue to share this message throughout the world and continue to create that ripple effect in everyone's lives. And if you also feel free to join our discussion over at Unionism Spiritual Discussion Facebook group. And there you can have, and we'll answer questions that you might have at our after church tea time discussion. So we hope to see you there. And until next time, thank you so much.